Hey everyone, and of course, welcome to the next edition of Forum Bites. In this episode, we have a conversation about forum growth and can it actually be too fast? So you're welcoming new members into your forum and you're worried that you might be growing too quickly, and you want to ask me the question like I've just had from a moderator: is there such a thing as a forum growing too quickly? It's a very difficult answer for me to give you because yes and no. Sometimes dramatic growth within a forum, like I'm talking 3, 4, or even sometimes 5 members at once, is a good thing for the forum. But on the flip side, sometimes exponential growth can actually destroy a forum. And it really depends on the situation. Now, I'm not trying to skirt around the question. I'm trying to find a way to answer it where you can leave with them after you've watched this video with tangible things to be able to do. So what I thought I'd do is I'd give you a couple of symptoms to look out for if you're growing too quickly, and a couple of hints of what to do about them. So the first thing I've seen when our forums grow exponentially is firstly the 5% disappears. It becomes very superficial. Now that's obviously to be expected as people have to try and build trust again between the new members and the existing members. But obviously if this remains for a long period of time, when I say long period of time, more than 2 or 3 meetings, you may have a challenge because the forum value will start to decline as the conversations and the presentations become superficial. The other symptom as well as about a forum that may be growing too quickly, therefore getting disjointed, is that sometimes it fractures. Not usually within the forum. It usually happens outside the forum. In other words, who is actually catching up with who between forums? Who's calling who? For example, is there the existing members who only hang out and the new members are over here by themselves? Or there's intermingling together. Sometimes when you have that them and us campaign, you need to force them to come together, and a retreat is a good way to do that. But if you have multiple growth throughout the year and you've already had your retreat, you'll need to come up with something else. The next thing, of course, is the process normally falls down when the growth is too exponential, because what happens is you have the existing members who have the process and they understand, and the new members who are trying to adjust. And if you have too many people trying to adjust, it gets too difficult for some people and they just stop trying and they just go with the flow. It's something which is really important to make sure that everyone at the table understands the process that they've agreed upon. But believe me, process starting to fall off a cliff is definitely a symptom of growing too quickly. The next question, of course, is body language. That's why normally when I try and ascertain the health of a forum, I always do it face to face. Forum health surveys are outstanding. Turning up to learning events, their overall feel, doing questionnaires with the moderators are really great things to do to gauge health. But nothing replaces a moderator watching their forum people, watching how they react. Are they leaning forward like I am during the conversation? Or are the new members leaning forward and the old members are leaning back with their arms closed? Are the other ones looking off? Are the other ones rolling their eyes? Is there audible sighs in the room? Is there a closed mentality as well as a closed body language? You can only see that within your forum. Now, as you grow, these type of reactions from people is expected, but is it remaining there over a long period of time? And sometimes the best way to tackle that is head on, from the point of view of, Rod, I see that you're a little bit closed. Is there anything wrong? Oh, Rod, I just heard you sigh. Is there something you want to talk about? I know it's not easy, but it's usually definitely a symptom of a forum growing and not molding together. The last part, of course, naturally is growing too quickly from the point of view of you feel like you've done it before. In other words, as you know, when you bring new members into your forum, you need to integrate them in some way. You know, you've got lifelines, you've got some type of constitution run through. And if you're doing that on multiple occasions and you start feeling like you are always talking about welcoming the new people and not talking about your actual forum, that is definitely a symptom for you that you're growing too quickly. Growth within your forum is a healthy way of making sure your forum experience is positive. New, fresh, focused ideas is one thing that can reinvigorate a forum to exponential levels. The amount of time I've spoken to forums, I said, I don't quite know whether this member's fitting in. And I said, give it 3 to 6 meetings, do this, do that, integrate them. And then they come and talk to me 3 months later and say, oh, Rod, this member is outstanding, because they worked on the integration. So the only hint I would give you is definitely don't worry about growing too quickly. Worry about the symptoms of forum experience falling apart. And if you tackle them head on, whether you have new members or not, it's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, as always, if you've got any questions whatsoever, leave them in the comments section. If you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and punch that button right now. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.